One evil Superman story would never happen in the DC universe according to Henry Cavill, but damn does it give Invincible a run for its money. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. Omni-Man and Homelander might have taken over the cultural zeitgeist when it comes to Superman archetypes gone bad, but comics, in general, have a very rich history of breaking down the Man of Steel into his base parts as a character and then using those parts to assemble critiques and statements about not only the industry but also the nature of power and what the character represents. Henry Cavill's version of Superman was perhaps a tad darker than what fans have seen in earlier versions of the character, but it must be noted that it was nowhere close to some of the takes that people have had on their Superman archetype, some of which now Cavill is aware of. Elvis Mitchell of Interview magazine had an interesting question to pose to Cavill when it came to describing the powers of Superman. While Omni-Man explores how an alien not raised on Earth would not view them the way Superman does, and Homelander explores how humans can be monsters too, Irredeemable focuses on the Plutonian, a character who is much like Homelander, but is an actual alien rather than a human being raised in a lab. Mitchell would point this character out to Cavill when he talked about how Superman feels his powers 24/7, but like a rational adult, is able to feel it without reacting to it. Henry Cavill, speaking with Interview magazine, said, "Clark has had parents who've said to him, 'Yeah, what you can do is weird and different, we don't know what it is.' But it doesn't change the fact that there are the right things to do and the wrong things to do, and there is good and there is bad. So although he might want to react to something, he still knows that going on a killing spree is the wrong thing to do. Whether that's inherent in him or has been drilled into him by the Kents is the question." Irredeemable is a story that focuses on Superman's character being the chief antagonist of the narrative, having been driven mad by the opinion that people have of him, which he can hear continuously thanks to the super hearing that he has. Henry Cavill explained how Superman probably went through a similar experience but was raised differently, with a strong understanding of what's right and what's wrong. It seems to have been the case in recent years that a lot of stories about Superman-like figures going rogue have come to become the status quo when it comes to superheroes. Be it Homelander, Omni-Man, Black Adam, or even the Sentry in the upcoming film Thunderbolts, the industry as a whole seemed to be very focused on deconstructions of Superman, thinking that the character played straight might be a little boring. However, James Gunn's Superman, from what we know of the story, seems to be a return to form for the character, with a focus on a Superman who is all good, and who is all powerful, for the most part. Depending on how James Gunn's Superman is received, the industry might decide to shift towards telling more stories where Superman is played straight.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13 he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16 he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandego, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of 2 of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crow, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible Fallout, 2018, the 6th installment of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible series. In 2019, he assumed the lead role in the hit Netflix series The Witcher, based on the novels by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, whose sources include Polish mythology and Slavic folklore. Cavill played Sherlock Holmes, the elder brother of aspiring sleuth Enola Holmes in the movies Enola Holmes, 2020, and Enola Holmes 2, 2022. In 2022, Cavill had a cameo as Superman in Black Adam, renewing speculation that he was planning a return to the role 5 years after Justice League.